So, whilst the Chinese economy collapses, causing shockwaves around the world, whilst global markets tumble, wiping 5 trillion off the value of global stocks in the last 2 weeks, whilst NATO and Russia actively prepare for war against each other, whilst we have madmen with nuclear weapons running countries like America and the UK, whilst North and South Korea are on the brink of war which could turn nuclear, whilst Syria shoot down an Israeli fighter jet with no coverage in the Western media, whilst British forces openly protect poppy fields in Afghanistan, whilst Jeremy Hunt says NHS bosses face jail for links to drugs companies, whilst it's okay for up to 70 MPs to have links to drug companies, whilst MPs give themselves a 10% pay rise and everyone else gets 1% if they're lucky, whilst the Labour Party fall apart right in front of our very eyes because the establishment may not get their man, whilst HSBC launder drug money to the tune of hundreds of billions of pounds and no one gets in trouble, whilst the banks that we bailed out to the tune of £1 trillion are carrying on gambling and are just about to cause another financial collapse that will dwarf the one in 2008. Whilst Greece is being handed to the EU on a plate, destroying the lives of the Greek people, whilst the EU is now openly calling to become a political union, destroying the sovereignty of the countries involved and run by unelected bureaucrats, whilst our MPs that raped children are walking around Parliament having been protected by the establishment, whilst the former Tory MP is questioned about murdering children, whilst we allow America to ban crucial files needed for the Iraq Chilcot inquiry, whilst Tony Blair still draws breath despite playing his part in the murder of 1 million people, whilst we say nothing as terrorist after terrorist tries to kill people, all of whom are known to the security services, whilst it's come out in the mainstream news that the West created ISIS and are using them as the new bogeymen, just like Al-Qaeda, which the West also created, whilst fracking poisons the water supply, whilst using a mobile phone for an hour a day can increase your chances of cancer by 500%, whilst autism rates are heading to 1 in 2 children, whilst we allow more and more GMO foods to be eaten, whilst the world burns, guess what the number one story will be over the next few days, if not weeks, and have more column inches than all of the above combined, together with in-depth analysis and coverage on every channel. One Direction splitting up. Unbelievable. We are truly doomed.